and welcome to the Chronicles of Yarnia, the podcast from Montclair's local yarn store. I am Jen.
Amanda.
Kathleen.
And we're the team behind Yarnia, Montclair's local yarn store. How many times can I say that? Probably a lot.
It's like a continuous loop.
It's a continuous loop. I'm halfway through my iced coffee, so a little punchy. This is a podcast all about knitting and crocheting and yarn and fiber and things you can do with yarn and fiber. All kinds of fun
collection
stuff.
of yarn and
And
fiber.
collection of yarn and fiber. And looking at the pretty yarn and the fiber and all that fun stuff. If you are new to the podcast, welcome.
Yes.
And
if you are returning, welcome back.
welcome back.
And
Good to see you.
good to see you. Good to hear from you in your comments as always.
Yes, I love the
Yeah.
comments. You guys
Definitely.
are a great comment section.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the internet can be hard.
Yeah,
And-
thank you.
But you guys are killing it. So thank you.
And also, feel free to comment on things. And I know some people do, but mostly people just answer our question. But comment on other things too.
Yeah,
we all
totally.
said,
Yeah.
we do
Chime
love,
in.
We do love.
I haven't finished Nitty Natty's most recent podcast. But
Uh-huh.
I was telling you, when she was in the middle of her podcast, her dad went
Oh,
by
the lawnmower.
on the lawnmower, and she's like, I don't ever want to live somewhere with a lawn
Yeah.
again. And I want to,
Remind me not to buy a house with a lawn.
yes. I want to comment, yes, girl.
Yes,
I feel
exactly.
you so
Exactly.
Maintenance is maintenance, man.
Oh.
It is
Gene,
tricky.
Gene and I were gone last week, so we left Haley like a list of the usual things we do.
Oh, dear God.
This was so good though. She came home, she's like, "There's a lot of stuff to running a house."
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yes.
After
Oh,
you
yes.
own a house for
And, like-
12 years and then you rent, and the first time the roof leaks, you call somebody and you're like, you need to fix this.
Magic.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
I need a super for my house.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
That's
For
like
sure.
Literally. There has to be a service that you can just have a super.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm
you-
sure,
There's
like
probably
a
a
house
home
manager
management
or
service.
something? I don't know.
In this area, absolutely.
In this area,
Absolutely.
you can get
You can
anything.
outsource everything.
Yeah.
You totally
That's
can.
true.
I
Is
know, it's
somebody
true.
is somebody texting someone? The table's buzzing.
Oh, the table's buzzing. My vet is calling because my delicate, dainty flower of a cat who needs prescription food ate all of his prescription food.
Oh.
And so therefore
Yeah,
we
we
need
have
to
just
have
a
them
few.
submit
Natural sleep,
the prescription again to
sleep,
Chewy,
sleeping,
which love
very
Chewy.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
Yeah. I know.
because
What did we do before Chewy.com?
He is. I did
What-
pets.com
Oh.
back when it was the thing, and before that, especially for like the stuff that you couldn't find, because I can't
Yeah.
find this food.
Yeah.
This food isn't available locally.
Anna had a prescription food for a while too. But,
Oh yeah,
you know,
no,
yeah.
he's gonna have this fancy pants prescription food for the rest of his little delicate dainty life.
This is the one that was like really sick.
Yes,
right? And
this
then
is
pulled through.
Hugo. He is a male kitty who has a tendency to develop crystals.
Oh, yeah.
So he had surgery to fix that, but still needs to be on prescription food for the rest of his life to minimize the crystals, which
Mhm.
don't wait on that, y'all, because
Yeah.
boy cats especially,
Yes.
they have issues with us just by anatomy. But yes, he is a very sweet, very cute. We love him very much. He is a very expensive kitty.
Mm.
But
You gotta send me a video so I can put it in there.
he is.
Oh yeah. We
If
need
I
to do a video.
if I can capture a video, he's very
Is he Max's or Ollie's?
He's Ollie's. He's
Mhm.
Ollie's cat for sure.
Mhm.
They're buds, and he is this like beautiful Russian blue, double coated,
Mm.
who likes to lie on the couch all the time. Except for sometimes he like his version of the zoomies is he'll chase his own tail, which is hilarious because this cat is seriously a land seal. He is a big, muscly, like lazy pants,
Yeah.
tubby butt,
Russian blues are buff. Big
gorgeous.
cats.
Just
They're so
just
pretty.
like ooh, built
And
like
if I'm in their presence, I can feel myself like just begin to stuff up.
seize
immediately.
up,
They're
yeah.
so pretty.
They're so well, and I didn't realize this, but Russian
Some of y'all are
blues-
probably having allergic reactions watching this video.
That's
Sorry,
probably
guys.
why. Because he's got an undercoat. He's
Yes.
a double coated, so he's a fluff buff. But he is lovely and sweet and charming, and we love him very much. But oh my God, the prescription food,
Expensive
you guys.
kitty. I know. That's...
At least he's off the kitty Prozac now, which is good. He was on kitty Prozac. He was on gabapentin. He was on meds like you wouldn't believe. But
Poor baby.
Like, yeah,
Poor baby.
he's now off the meds and just on his apparently very delicious prescription food because he loves it so much.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
At least he loves it. Yeah.
He loves it. Our other cat, Leo, who does not need the prescription food, also loves it and likes to try to eat it. So, good times. Good times.
So
But
you
yeah.
know, one thing we did not say yet is episode number.
Oh, gosh. 108.
Close.
109.
No.
107.
Yes.
Okay.
107.
Yay! I was like, wait, she didn't say up or down.
No, sorry, being mean.
No.
Not trying, but being
107. All right.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's hard to
I
believe we're
just
that
kinda
far past 100
I
already.
know, right?
It really is.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
It's been a summer, man.
I know. And,
That is-
and this humidity is like, we don't have the air conditioner on because it's noisy enough.
Yeah.
And it kind of feels like we could swim through here now a little bit to me.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because also we chatted for about 40 minutes before we started. Not
Yeah.
about any of this stuff.
Just about other stuff.
Yeah.
Because we haven't seen each other in a while because
Exactly.
on vacation all the time. And
Yeah.
I'm about to leave this afternoon.
Yeah.
If you haven't been looking at travel projects, check out our Instagram.
Yes.
We have
Yes.
been posting all summer when we travel.
It's
what are
been
we
so
doing on-
fun.
It is such a decision. What
Yeah.
I'm going to take on every trip.
I
Right.
brought a project today.
Oh.
I didn't work on a project today, but we were driving too, so I didn't
Yeah.
need to worry about space or anything like that.
Well, we're driving on this trip. My kids are in summer camp in New Hampshire, so now it's the end of summer trek to pick up Abby and
Mhm.
Eric
Nice.
from summer camp. And we're going to stay at a friend's house en route and spend a couple days with them and their kids. So,
So how many projects are you going to be bringing?
well, I think 3,
Okay.
because we'll get to it. One, I'm obsessed with, and I think I'm going to finish on this trip.
Cool.
I'm doing my round a day on Catherine's blanket.
Nice.
Good.
And then I'll bring my sweater, which is like when I'm done with those things, this is what I work on. And it's going to get done. I mean,
Mhm.
it's
gonna
happening.
You've got a sleeve there. I
Oh,
see
you
a
are.
serious
Yeah.
sleeve.
It is
Yeah.
happening.
And I'm not knitting now because I need advice before I continue.
Oh,
from,
okay.
from my colleagues here.
Well, I always have enough projects that I don't. Like, surely I have something I can work on.
Yeah.
Sure.
See, I have a lot of
I didn't
projects,
bring-
but I also need to I need to focus on the fingering.
I need
Yeah.
to watch
Yeah, like I need
Sunday's
to
class.
drill down.
I
Yeah.
decided to catch up on Sunday morning
Oh,
rather
did you-
than to do the class. So
You did?
I knew
I
I to
do.
watch the
Oh
recording.
yeah, I'll go all into it. Yes, because we talked about neckline modification.
Yes.
Let's see. What is happening? The Jazz Fest is coming.
Oh,
Yes.
when is that?
Next Saturday,
I think
right?
so.
Well,
yes.
the original, they're
awesome.
kind of doing.
It's like,
2
yes,
weekends
there's 2
this year?
weekends. So
Yeah.
I think next
That's
Saturday
smart.
is the kickoff. Like the day you're watching
The day this comes out, exactly.
is
So
the
that's
kickoff.
mhm.
And that's also the day
Only information's on the poster right in the window.
Right. So if you're local,
Oh, it's
we're
the
talking
lower one,
about
yeah.
the Montclair Jazz Festival, and we have a poster in the window with all of the information in there.
Saturday, August 12th at
Okay.
Lackawanna Plaza.
Yes.
Right, that's at
Excellent.
Bloomfield and Grove. They're like there's a DJ too.
But, oh, cool.
There's a daytime thing starting at 12 p.m. with Jazz House Kids. There's something
Oh,
else going on
so
at 4:30, and then there's a DJ at 8 p.m. That'll be fun.
That'll be
With
fun.
Pineapple Express there in the parking lot.
Oh,
Mhm.
they're great.
Mhm.
And then Saturday, September 9th is like
Is the big
the event.
big one with the closed
Rome
down
event
Bloomfield Avenue.
from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m.
That's so
What Saturday
fun.
is that?
September 9th.
September 9th.
Okay, all right. So that is also the weekend of the New Jersey Fiber Fest.
Oh yeah.
And next podcast we will have news about something we're doing on the 8th.
Oh,
So
That'll
look
be
out
fun.
for that. It is going to be very fun.
It's a little
Yeah.
tease.
Yeah, sorry guys.
A little teaser of what's
It's
to
not all
come.
resolved, which is why we're not talking about it now, but it is underway.
yes, we're getting into. There will be good new things on every podcast.
And
season.
that's,
Oh, yeah.
that's what we were chatting about. We're chatting about
Oh,
the next
totally.
6
All
weeks
the stuff.
basically.
Because it's coming
what's
up
happening.
on fall. It's even though it's 1,000,000 degrees and 1,000,000% humidity.
The humidity.
It's getting there. We're almost there.
Kills me.
We're almost there. We're
almost
ready for
school time.
almost school time.
The most wonderful time of the year.
I haven't even.
God.
I do
picked up my
love that
kids from
Staples
camp.
commercial.
Oh my! I love that
And they
commercial.
go around with the cart and
And the kids are so sullen. They're like, and the dad's like, Yay! That's where I'm at now because mine are now done with camp. And yeah, so they're home and demanding screams all day long.
Yeah. I have got to I feel now is the opportunity because both of them have had no screens for 3.5 weeks.
Keep it going.
Wow, is it that long already?
Yeah.
That is crazy.
That's amazing.
And
It
so,
feels it was yesterday you brought them up. Wow.
so it's like I know it's short. It's long.
No, that's substantial.
Like it's a month.
3.5 weeks.
But yeah, now is the time to like impose those limits before
Yes.
they get back
Before
in
they
the
really
habit.
get used
Set
to
the
it.
rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, hardcore. Highly recommend Custodio app because once you set the rules, it does all of the enforcing for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're like, sorry, this is what it is. And you don't have to be the mean person.
Yeah.
But you're still the mean person.
That's why I love the Nintendo Switch.
Yes,
Because it also has the parental controls. That it's just like, and it gives them such good warnings. 5 minutes left, 1 minute left, and then
Yeah, if you didn't save, it's your own fault, right?
Yes.
Tough
Yeah.
cookies.
You
Oh,
had,
you
you
used
had
your time for
warnings.
today.
Yeah.
Play tomorrow.
Yeah. We set limits for how long Ollie could go onto YouTube Kids, and he is not happy about those limits. But let me tell you, they go off for the day.
Yeah, I gotta get my TV because I took YouTube off of the Apple TV,
Yeah, we did that too.
but they added the app to the actual TV. I need
So
to figure
annoying.
out how to get it off of the smart TV.
Mm-hmm.
Smart TVs don't need to be smarter than my children.
No.
That's a problem. Or my children don't need to be smarter than the smart TV. That's what I mean.
This is like years ago. Netflix.
It's not smart enough.
Netflix had autoplay automatically enabled and no way to disable it.
Oh.
This is years ago when Max was little, and I was like, you know what I don't need to watch is Wonder Pets for 48 hours. So like,
Wonder
there's-
Pets.
love
I'm
the
like,
Wonder
I
Pets,
do
oh my
love,
God.
I do love Wonder Pets, but I was like,
But
oh
yeah,
my God.
you're right. If I hear that theme song
I'm like-
one more time,
I'm
right?
like, one more Wonder Pets, and then you're done. And then he's like, it just keeps going. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I wrote to Netflix and was like,
You gotta stop this.
shake your fist.
Yeah.
And then,
Exactly. You should be able to have control over it. It's like if you want to enable, auto continue, fine,
Right.
but you should be able to disable.
and now their profiles, so it can auto continue on my
Yeah.
on my profile when I'm watching
Mhm.
whatever. And I'm like,
Mhm.
you know what I'm not doing is getting up to, or using the clicker. I'm like, I just want it to keep rolling until I hit stop.
That contractor's name?
Yeah,
That's
it's the
contractor.
They work on kitchens, bathrooms, tile, and flooring, so you too can.
And they have a bump
and
and
clothes.
bass.
in the club.
You may or may not be able to hear it, but there's
They
some-
can hear it.
I mean, literally,
Growling.
I can feel it in my feet, and I'm 20 feet from it. Oh my goodness.
But yeah,
Whew.
there's there's some music pounding. But yeah, so we should get started. I
Yeah.
think. Does anyone have any finished objects?
I do.
I have a couple
I got
of little ones.
So let's go with Amanda.
All right.
Left or
All
right? For my left.
It's fine.
Yeah.
My left. Sorry, Kath.
I don't care. It's fine either way.
I have been continuing my sock knitting. Well, like I said, when I have something that I can work on mindlessly, I do.
So do I.
Ta-da!
Yeah.
So I had a couple of calls this week and finished up. Look at this. I started them in November.
But they're done.
Oh, I have ones
And
that I
I
started over a
finally
year ago that are
Finished
done.
Chad socks.
I
So
have not knitting the sock mojo.
these are socks for my partner. So they're man socks. That means they take 20% longer than lady socks, or my size lady socks. My socks. These take 20% longer. But it's okay. I finished them.
They look
Nice.
great.
Yeah, they're really pretty.
Yeah, and he was actually. I need you or somebody with the competency to crank tubes. I need
Oh,
tubes
not me.
cranked for Beth.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because she works in a bakery, and she likes wool socks. She's like they absorb. They don't get wet with moisture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They keep
They're
your
They
feet
wick it.
dry.
They wick it away
comfortable.
for you.
Yeah,
From
and like when you're dealing with heat and the bakery gets hot,
Mhm.
she's like, I will take feet being warm because they stay dry.
Yeah.
So she
For
actually
Haley is good at cranking, and she cranked. She's around this week, so she cranked a
Great.
couple last week.
So I'm going to be picking out some fun yarns for Beth to get some cranked tubes. I'm not knitting I'm not knitting socks for Beth.
Yeah, the heels, toes, and cuffs go so quick.
Yeah,
They do.
It's
they're
fun.
they're for work. They're definitely work socks.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, too, I was telling her I need to go through my sock drawer because I can't. The pink ones that I just finished, I can't fit in my sock drawer.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I've got so many that I'm like, okay,
you
maybe
gotta do the purge.
yeah. So she'll get the ones that.
And you know what I just thought of too? Actually, when I we're going to do a sample sale, or really our first big sample sale with our birthday sale this year, which is going to be early October. I may go through. I have socks that I've made that I've never worn.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
I could sell probably some of those in the sample sale. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
a good thing to keep an eye out for if you know anyone who is not necessarily a knitter or a crocheter, but who would appreciate hand knit items. They can purchase some of our samples.
Yeah.
And those
yeah.
are in stores. Like it changes frequently, and I mean literally. Oh my goodness, we had a friend of the store, Jasmine, dropped off a shawl
Oh, perfect.
one day. I told her because she is a real process knitter and crocheter.
Yeah,
she makes
for
a lot
sure.
of things. Just it was a crochet along she wanted to do. She did it. She's like, this is beautiful, but I'm never going to wear it. And we were at Knitting Circle. This is, I don't know, a couple of months ago. Together, I said, well, we do have a basket here of things for sale at Yarnia. We could sell it for you.
Yeah.
Literally, it sold within about 2 hours of her
Oh, my
dropping it
goodness.
off.
That's amazing.
Isn't that crazy?
I love
it was
that.
So yeah. She still needs to come and get her money,
I
but
Jasmine, if you're watching.
Yeah. She took some of Beth's bread this week.
oh nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, and I mean the great way to get like a whole wardrobe of socks, especially if you're not necessarily like a huge sock knitter, or if you're like, you know what, I just like the colorways of yarn. I don't necessarily want a pattern. I love a stockinette sock. Is to do the cranked tube and do afterthought heels and toes and
Yep.
cuffs.
Yeah.
It just goes so quickly.
Well, and I had always done that, but done the short row heels because that was the only heel I knew.
Mm-hmm.
But after you did your heels thing, I love the round, like the Turkish thumb.
It fits so well. The Turkish thumb heel is the best heel.
That's what I did with Beth's
Interesting.
socks that I made for her a couple years ago, which
Yes.
is now that's literally all she wears to work. So I'm going to put in a couple of those.
And they're easy to re-knit if you wear through heels.
Yeah. Somebody asked recently in a comment, what episode was it that we talked about? Do you know what it was? Do you know how long ago it was? I was shocked.
It was summer 2 years ago.
And it was, I don't remember the
It was
exact
like,
number.
I was going to say 2, 3
It was
years
something
ago.
like episode 57.
Oh my goodness.
That's what I said when because I don't even know how. I just like was going through and figured it out. And
I need, so
Well.
I know that I am bad with these kinds of projects where I'm like, it's the hyperfocus, right? It's the ADHD, right? Like hyperfocus on it and then be like, yay, I've done it. But
I've done the fun part.
I've done the fun part. But I
On to the next fun thing.
I have a document with a full write-up that I am 3/4 of the way through. I just need to sit down and actually finish it and then polish it. That can be published as blog posts or as an accompaniment to videos.
You have a whole class.
I also have a whole class.
And also by August 1st, I was supposed to go through and do timestamps, which I knew by like July 25th it was not going to happen, but maybe September 1st is the new.
You know
deadline.
what? Let's do September 1st as a deadline for both of us.
Okay.
I'll finish my writing piece and I can start. I did look at like apps and stuff to figure out how to stream both
Cool.
my overhead and my and a front facing camera at the same time, so there's less editing and I'm actually centered on camera. So I can talk about the heels. So I can do like an accompanying like let's talk about the different heel families.
Yep.
And finally like get my act together. Which will be easier to do when my children are either at their grandparents or in school.
Yeah. So in the meantime, I'll be getting some socks cranked and just letting you watch the loveliness.
Yeah.
But then once Jen's classes are done, you can do yourself.
Yes.
Exactly.
Or if you want to go back to episode 57-ish and figure it out from the dialogue.
Well, that was about the different
All the different heels. But I mean,
But you
in the...
did talk extensively about how to do
Oh, I always
Yeah.
talk extensively. That's not...
about everything.
Sorry. But like
I think we all do.
the class that we're talking about is I did a Afterthought Heels and Toes workshop, and then
It's over an hour long.
this is long. So I did one live, and then we recorded one where it was just me talking with and
Kind of doing, yeah.
kind of going through.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I just put a pen on you.
Whatever. I'm like, again, I don't care. But so this will be kind of a, on demand class that you can purchase, watch the video. It has an accompanying handout that basically tells you how to do a bunch of different Afterthought Heels and Toes.
Yep.
And cuffs, but cuffs are easy.
Yeah.
It will actually happen.
So it'll teach you the Turkish
Yes. What I'm
thumb
going to do.
joint heel, which I do love that heel. That is a good.
It's a good
Maybe
one.
I should do that on the next pair that I'm doing.
Try it.
But I never wear my socks, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but try it anyway.
So silly.
I have to say, it's also
It's like a
fun
hat. It's
heel
like doing
to
the
do.
top of a hat,
Yeah.
basically.
It's kind of like the top of a hat, but with like graduated even
Yeah,
layers
yeah.
between.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I am so warm. If I'm getting pinker, it is just
I know. I'm
so
starting
sticky in
to
here.
It's
Yeah.
sweating.
I'm in wool.
Yeah, I know.
I'm in linen, and I'm still like, oh.
I'm wearing a t-shirt. I'm not playing. Well, you should also talk about what you're wearing because
Yes.
we're in your finished objects
Oh,
section.
yeah. Okay. I am wearing my springtime Zweig.
Spring.
Yeah. It's my Zweig by Caitlin Hunter. I will come up and show you closer because I just love this sweater. I was debating between this one and Flower Buds this morning. So, yay.
It's such
So
a
pretty.
wearable, pretty.
Yeah.
I love it short sleeves.
And I love that, like, I used a speckle variegated up here in the lace, and you can see both the hand-dyed speckles as well as the lace really pops
Yeah.
in this.
Yeah.
Because all the stitches are twisted, so it really makes poppy
Mhm.
lace.
It's a very textural lace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Do you have other finished objects?
No, that's it. Socks.
That's it. All right.
Socks from November. Now I only have one pair of socks on the needles.
Nice.
I think I may have one left, maybe two. I don't know. They'll get finished at some point.
You'll get finished. I have.
They will.
Yeah. I feel like socks are like a continual thing for me. What do you have finished, Kathleen?
So, when I was away last week, I brought 2 skeins of Sugar Bush Bold in the aqua color, and I made 2 granny square hats.
Cute.
And for this one, this is the daisy pattern that is from the tote bag that I made. This is the same because I love the look of an interesting solid granny square.
Yes.
I don't know. Do you want to bring it up, Amanda?
Yeah.
I think that's really cute.
And then I did the middle to match, like I did.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Isn't it so pretty?
That is so cute.
The problem
Abby
is,
would look adorable in these.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
love
the problem is it's gigantic. That one is gigantic. I should have gone down a hook size. I am a loose crocheter as I am a loose knitter. And I have a really big head. It's too big on me.
It's too big.
Yeah, it's really big. So then, and part of it, I wanted to do like a little crocheted bucket hat for the window.
Oh,
to
yeah.
go with this.
It's a little big
It's
on
a little
me,
big,
but like
yeah.
just a
Yeah.
little.
And
Have
you
a
know,
big
this
head.
yarn is so soft. Like I followed
So
the
cute.
instructions exactly, but and I didn't get to. I was going to steam block the brims this morning, but
Mm-hmm.
I was running a little late, so I didn't. This one I just did with basic granny squares,
Uh-huh.
and I think it looks really cute too.
I think it's
so
really cute.
you want to try that
Yeah.
one on? Maybe.
All right.
That's like more of a normal head size.
Okay.
Still might be a little bit.
Do you
Normal
want
head
the
size.
brim to stick out a little bit more?
Yeah, like a regular bucket hat look, just kind of straight, like flare out a little bit.
A little bit
So-
of
I like
fishing
that one.
line
Woven
through the end will help.
And this, both of these are on my Ravelry. Both of these projects.
They're really cute.
I'm so proud of the middle of this, though. I need to do it
That's
in.
such a thoughtful.
You know what? Cotton also, I think, would be
I
good.
thought-
Stiffer.
Oh, that would be really
Oh,
cute.
Sonata?
Yeah, that would be very pretty.
Or
Sonata with a
Or
little-
maybe the Asaginu doubled.
I was going to say the Asaginu paper held with the Sonata too could
Oh
be
my God.
really cool.
Yeah.
See, and this is why I never finish things, because we talk about things that I'm like, oh yeah,
Just
I'm
wait
going to
to
do
tonight.
that.
Oh, let's do that.
Yeah, like these were not even anywhere, except I decided I wanted to make one for the window, and now I need to figure out how to actually. I was going to take the rattan model and put it on that, but then her head's going to be like 10 feet up.
Yeah.
It'll be a little weird. I'll figure something out.
I'll figure it
Maybe we'll get like a styrofoam head and stick it over the neck of that.
out. Yeah, we could do
Something
something
like
like that. Those are
Um,
really cute. I really like
thank
the daisy one, and then this kind of like just circular motif at the top. Because
Did
it's
you make
also
it
like
up?
I did the first
So
few
airy.
rounds of the daisy, and then and I wrote it down. I did so I can reproduce it. I was doing this as we were driving through Connecticut. Yeah, going to Cape Cod.
So cute. So cute.
It is fun. I like the airiness of it. I do.
I love the airiness of it. I think it's so
Yeah,
fun.
I followed the daisy like through round 4 maybe, and
Yeah.
then I just kind of took off on my own, and yeah,
Nice.
it needs
It's
to be a
so
little
cute.
smaller, and yeah, with as the Gnu doubled, I bet would be so good for that. Don't
Yeah.
you think?
Yeah.
Because I don't really want to crochet with something quite that fine. Maybe even 2 colors of it. That would
Oh,
be so
two
pretty.
colors like a
Oh.
marl.
The dark and the light brown.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that would be
Super
so
pretty.
fun. I think that would be nice, and I think you could even do like I wouldn't necessarily do it tripled, but I do think like held along with something else too
Yeah.
would be fun because it would be like.
The paper would give it a little more
Texture-y. It
texture
gives it a little
and
oomph.
body, I think,
Yeah.
right? You know.
And then this is the trick for any kind of crochet hat. If you need the brim to stick out a little bit, there's a couple of different ways to do it, but a really good one is to just hold fishing line along with, or you could even do like a
crochet
slip,
over it.
either crochet over it or crochet with the fishing line.
In
That last round, or do a slip stitch. You could do a slip stitch edging over
to stiffen that little border.
the
Yeah.
fishing line. And the other thing that I've done on my like wide brim hats that are really like they really need stiffening is what is it? It's like a metal cable. It's like it's a metal cable.
It's almost like the
Stainless
cable.
steel cable.
It's almost like a Chowgu cable of one of those needles, right?
Yes.
They're really similar
exactly.
to that.
And it's just stiffened out and you just crochet over it.
And
it's
Susan was
fantastic.
mentioning something too. One of our crochet instructors said she had ordered something for hats that was
Oh yeah, there's a millinery
almost like a flexible
yes.
flexible but stiff plastic kind
It's a
of thing.
flexible but stiff plastic. It's called something. It's like millinery cord or something like that. But it's not that. It's not that.
Actually,
I'll
I
send it
probably even have some of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
from when I did
not
millinery
what I have
classes.
Yeah.
If I know where that box is.
Always the question. And it's like, do I know where that is?
Um,
But that always helps.
yeah. So those are my only real recent finished objects,
They're
and
so
then
cute.
I'm wearing my
What are
Seven
you
Sisters from last summer, which I made
I
in
love
June for
that.
Moon Damask.
I
I love
that
it too.
damask.
I really though this was one, and with consultation with you, Jen, I learned about how plant fibers just tend to get looser over time. Like you want to knit them denser than you think you need them.
Yeah,
Because they will loosen up. And I love this, but I always have to wear it with a cami. It's just a little too sheer.
This
Pattern was
pattern-
written for the
cotton worsted, right?
Oh, yeah.
Which
blue sky.
the blue
blue
sky,
sky
fiber
worsted.
one. Yeah. And it was in that cottonwood color that we haven't been able to get.
Oh
But it's
yeah.
in the box back there.
Oh.
Yay, cottonwood back.
Yes, it's back. It's back.
It's back. I
Did we
love
not?
it.
Do we have it?
Did we
I
have
thought
it?
we had that one.
Well,
No,
whatever.
we have
the
it and then sold
sunshine.
out.
The
No, we have
sunshine
sunshine.
we didn't have. That was the one that we wanted to get.
Yeah.
This year's was in the sunshine. Maybe that's what's in the box.
No,
Who
it's
knows?
the cotton. Because I thought about
like
it. I saw the Seven Sisters and I was like, oh, I love that top.
Yeah, and I've
Yeah,
seen
cotton.
somebody use that color. It was really pretty.
Oh, it's
Well, it's
so
back.
pretty.
Cool.
Cool.
It's back.
Yeah,
It's
no,
a good color.
we had we definitely did a pretty good reorder on that. Because also we now know
It's
what
a
a great
great
yarn
cotton.
it is
Oh my
for
gosh.
people who can't wear wool, like for all year.
Oh yeah. Like
Yeah.
I'm totally. I have to think about what sweater for my mom is going to get out of that because she's like last time I saw her, she's like wearing the tank top, and I'm like, of course you are, because
It's
even though it's hot
comfy.
out, you're always a little cold, so you're wearing the tank top with like a shirt over it. I'm like, 90 degrees too. Wear it without the shirt. She's like, nope. I'm like, all right, you do you.
Yep, exactly.
You do what you need.
So I have a request.
Yeah.
She's
So
from Carolina.
Yeah, North Carolina, Southern girl.
she was born in North Carolina.
She was not
I knew
born
that.
in North Carolina, but she ended up spending, like, they moved
Most of her
around.
childhood.
So, they were in Massachusetts for a while, and then ended up in North Carolina, like, for the biggest chunk of time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Has a Southern accent when she goes to
Oh yeah, when
where you're like, wait a minute. you
Jean
spent-
talks to her siblings. Yeah.
Yes, and it just comes out. And I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
first time I heard that, I was like, who are you? And she's like, what?
What?
Like, what? Yeah, I can't even do it.
So
But yeah, so what was your...
So my request is if I can go first on whips if we were done with
Yes.
finished objects.
Totally, do it.
Then I can work on my sweater because I'm so antsy. You
You're
guys
like,
are here knitting and I'm like, I get it.
Yeah, go.
So my first whip that is so close to being finished, and I thought I might, but I did not finish on vacation, is my version of the Rocket Tee.
I love it.
By Tennis Lavely in Denim DK,
It's
which we talked about last time. It has been discontinued. It's NL Ray yarn that we loved, and actually I helped 2 different people yesterday pick out new combos. It's like we are selling right through it,
Yeah.
but I'm really happy with mine. I changed up the stripe pattern, as you can see. If you're familiar with the Seven Sisters, it's more like 1-inch stripes usually.
Rocket Tee.
Sorry, what did I say? Seven Sisters.
Seven Sisters.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Rocket Tee. So I did 10 rows of my main color and then 2 rows of my accent, and the marigold and the cream I think are so fun together.
It's such a happy,
that is what I have thought since.
top.
Yep.
Like it just
Since this
so
came in, I was like, I had to make something out of it.
It's a happy
It's
color.
happy. It's just gonna put you in a good mood to wear something
Yes.
in this color. So I'm kind of done to the length. It's 15 inches, I think, now from the underarm to what should be the hem. And I originally was going to end it with a white stripe, and then I'm like, I don't know if I really want to do that. I mean, I am doing that. I am doing that on the sleeves and the neckline.
I wouldn't end it with a white
I was thinking of maybe doing like a folded hem. I think it needs a little bit of weight
love
at the
a
bottom.
folded hem.
Like 4 rows, maybe. Like do a purl row and then.
Love a folded hem.
Yeah.
I would
I think it needs to be a little bit longer, but I don't want it to be like tunicky.
You don't want it to be tunicky, but I actually think a folded hem adds a nice. It hangs nicely.
Yeah.
It has like a nice clean finish.
Mm-hmm. The other thing I could do is I was going to do the 2-stitch I-cord with the cream.
Mm-hmm.
I could just do a bigger I-cord in this color.
You could do a bigger I-cord in that
probably be. I think it would give the same effect. I'm afraid with the it's cotton and it's DK. I'm almost afraid a folded hem is going to be too much bulk.
Well, so what I would do for the folded hem is I would do the purl row as a turning row.
Yeah.
And then that next row decrease down 10% of your stitches and go down 2 needle sizes.
Yeah.
So you have the facing of the hem is substantially smaller.
Yes.
So it won't flare out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it like just like I actually think that added weight. If you did a hem, I would do it the full, like if this were the piece, and like
The
this
full
were
width of the stripe.
your stripe, I would do it the full width of the stripe
Wow.
Well, I was going to say 8 rows.
because then it's a nice
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing.
weighty, and the line disappears into the line of the join will disappear into the white stripe.
I'm afraid that's going to make it too long. Then if I'm going to. So one thing I
You
have.
would do it. This would be the length it is.
True. It would
You
just
do
go
a
up.
purl row, and
Yeah.
then it would just go folded right up. It won't change the length of
You
your.
don't have 10 rows here, right?
I've done 10, believe it or not. It's amazing how it doesn't look like it until you add the white, until you add the next. Yeah.
What I would do then is
I
maybe
know, isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
I know. It looks, every time, well, that's why I have a row counter on here. Because,
Yeah.
oh, wait, no, the sleeve, the sleeve actually even was 10 rows, too.
Yes, it is.
I thought I was going to have to add more for the sleeve, but no,
Yeah.
it's fine. So I'm going to practice on my swatch.
good.
I'm going to
call.
practice and see. I have so gotten into the habit of doing that now. It's like, if I need the yarn from the swatch, I would use it, but I knew I was definitely going to have to break into my 4th ball of this.
Yeah.
I should have some more of this somewhere because I this is the natural is the same color that I used for the Rocket Tee that I made with the Gory.
Yeah.
So theoretically, somewhere in my house, there's like half a ball of this.
Just have to find it.
Just have to
That's
find
the
it.
hard part.
Could be a scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
But so anyway, I'll play with some options on the swatch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plan.
Yeah.
Because I think you could either take out a row and then do a purl row.
I was thinking about doing the purl row as a turning row for sure.
Yeah, I would definitely do the purl row for the turning row just because it makes a nice
Clean edge.
clean
Clean fold.
edge.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it just ends in that nice little whatever. But especially in cotton, like I do like hems in cotton.
Yeah.
It just it just makes it hang nicely too.
I think I may be lazy and just do the I-cord though.
Just do
because
the
you know what,
I-cord.
that's what I did on
And
the
block
other
it.
one, and it hangs fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, then do that.
And
Well, the I-cord also has the weight that gives it.
yeah,
gives it that
it's a
little bit of
lot.
extra
It's
weight.
it's fewer rows, but it definitely still will have a little bit of weight. So
I do love a hem.
yeah,
I do love a hem.
I know. We'll see.
But the thing to make a nice hem that doesn't flare out is you need to do it on
Decrease your
fewer
stitches.
stitches and
Smaller
a smaller needle.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, like it's like sewing, right? You want
Yeah.
your facing adds bulk,
Mm-hmm.
so you need to minimize that bulk.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'll just flip out,
Yeah.
Yep.
right?
So I may wind up, and actually, I guess I could do my I-cord of my sleeves now and put off the decision on the.
I would do the I-cord on the sleeves now. Put off your decision till later.
Yeah, yeah. I think the hem, if it were shorter, I think I would do that.
Mhm.
I think as long as it's going to be, I think I just probably need to end it.
Well, I mean, this is the thing.
Don't you hate when people ask you for advice and then don't take it?
No, because I do it. I do it
You're
all
just
the time.
Part of it is
Options.
like talking out what you want to do.
Yeah.
Right.
I think if I were having it be a little bit shorter, if I had to go to here, I think the hem would be perfect.
Yeah.
I think where it's going to hit at my hip, It's just too long.
It's going to be too much.
it's just going to be even minimizing
Yeah.
the bulk and everything.
Well,
And
because I mean, the thing is, adding a hem won't add any length to it,
Mhm.
but it will change the way it hits on you.
Yeah, and also though, knowing what I now know, and I'm using the same needle I used for this swatch. Look how much looser it is.
Yeah.
And I washed a bunch of summer sweaters the other day, and laid them flat to dry on this like multi-level rack that I have, and they shrank a tiny bit, but which I wanted them to.
Throw them in the dryer.
I did. I dried them for like a half hour, and then I
Oh,
laid
yeah.
them out the rest of the
Oh,
way
yeah.
to dry. Yeah, because I was afraid they were going to shrink too much.
I don't know. If
Yeah.
it's 100% cotton or 100% linen, I just throw. I'm like, don't take my advice unless you're willing to deal with the consequences of your own actions. But that's why you swatch, and you can experiment on your swatch,
Yeah.
and you can throw it in the dryer and be like, what's going to happen if I dry this all the way?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And
It's
there's
not
some.
gonna felt.
It's not going to
No,
felt.
no.
There are some things that might
It might fuzz up a little bit
fuzz,
more.
right?
And again though, I think it's similar to
Or
the
wear
issue with
different.
the weight of an object hanging
Yeah.
versus that just the whole bulk of the item.
Yeah,
It is
just
a little
adds
bit
to it.
different. It's a little bit different
Do
than
you
the
use laundry
swatch.
bags?
I do, yeah. I mean, I
love my
didn't
laundry
for
bag.
these, but
I do like the blue sky cotton, because it is so soft.
mhm.
That if I dry, I would dry in a bag just to
Mhm.
keep it from abrading against
Yes.
anything.
Yeah. With that one, I flipped it inside out. It was one of the ones that I washed and dried.
Yeah.
And one thing, I am going to have to glean it a little bit. It's so soft, it did fuzz
It's
a bit.
just such a soft.
But,
and
yeah,
cotton,
it is.
Cotton is a short fiber, so it's
Yeah,
gonna.
yeah.
Cotton will always in any
But
way, shape, or
it looks
form.
really good. I mean, the shape and everything looks really nice.
That's great.
So, yeah.
But like
All right.
linen tends not to pill as much,
Mhm.
depending on the linen. Like the damask won't.
Right.
I've thrown my damask in the dryer. And
Oh,
dried
yeah.
it. Dried it 100% dry.
Yeah, this has been through the dryer and dried.
Yeah.
And it's still, I think I may make another one of these at a tighter gauge to
Yeah.
wear without anything else under it, but, we'll
I think
see.
it still looks so cute.
It's fun. I just don't love having to do the cami thing.
Yeah.
I always do the cami thing, like all the time, because I don't want to wash my knits so much.
Yeah.
So I like. It doesn't matter what
That's
I
why
have
you
on.
just have like a layer.
I always have on the cami.
I've definitely
back and forth.
have gotten hotter as I've gotten older. I used to always be freezing, and so I would always have a cami or something year round. But now I'm like, air. I need air.
That's 7 inches yet? I don't know.
So
Yes.
my other work in progress, and then I will shut up, is my Waithia,
Yeah.
which I got. I did the assignment, and I set off my sleeves here. I decided just to do 6.
Yeah. I did the
6
same.
stitches under each underarm, and I also shifted it so there's a little more fabric in the front than the back
Perfect.
instead of messing with darts.
Nice.
There you go.
So So I'm ready, and I'm probably later today. I'm going to watch the recording of the class from Sunday and see what you said about necklines and everything.
Oh,
and then
so many options with necklines.
Start working on the probably on the back first.
Yeah,
I do like to do the back first. Go ahead.
I like the back first, and also it's like if you screw up, it's the back.
Exactly. Yeah, it's your chance to try a few different ones.
Well, it also puts off if you in this case, because when you're dividing for the front and the back, there's no real shaping until you hit the shoulders.
Yes.
And you bind off for the back neck, and you do a couple of decreases on the neck edge as you're doing shoulder shaping using short rows.
Mm-hmm.
And so then you end up with a certain number of live stitches on the shoulders, and that makes calculating if you're going to change the neckline on the front. That makes calculating the neckline on the front way easier because you already know, I have 30 here and 30 here. Yeah. I got to end up with 30 here and 30 here on the front. Mm-hmm. Then you have less math.
It's like what I did on the, when I changed my neckline also on the Elsa tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you do the back first, then you're like, all right.
Yeah. It's kind of the easy part.
It is the easy part. That looks really good.
And my little motivation was my stitch marker every inch because I knew how many inches I wanted. So.
That's really great. Yeah. It looks great. I love that summer solstice.
Mm-hmm. It feels really nice.
Yeah.
And this definitely, I did a much better job with having a nice, relatively dense gauge for this.
Yeah.
Still way over what it calls for in the pattern, but that's okay. We adjust.
That's okay. We're knitting to measurements.
We are. All right. So
I love it.
That is me.
Cool.
And actually, the only other thing I will say, just because I had so much fun and I want to share it, is one of the things we did, we joke that Cape Cod is the unofficial vacation spot for Team Yarnia because 100%. Literally 3 of us have been there. Jen is going back. I probably am going back this week. We decided this morning. But one of the things...
We were going to go up on the way to New Hampshire. That was the plan. But then we got an invite from a friend who lives in Newport. So we're going...
To go to Newport instead.
To where there's free lodging.
Free.
That's always nice. So one place we went to on this trip was the Edward Gorey Museum.
Love the Edward Gorey Museum.
Which I had never been to before. Have always loved Edward Gorey. We had so much fun. The docent was amazing.
Oh, yeah?
So good. Yep. And
wait, what's the museum about?
Edward Gorey, the illustrator and author who lived on the Cape. He did the Addams Family.
Oh, okay, cool.
And he did the sets and costumes for Dracula when it was on Broadway.
Yeah,
which is before your time, but I saw it both on Broadway and I worked at the Shubert Theater in Chicago. When it was showing there when I was in college, which was really cool.
Oh, that's so fun! And I also did one of my favorite, it's not really a children's book, but it is a children's book, and I can't remember what it is, but it's the alphabet one.
Yes.
The kids who died.
The Gashley Crumb Tinies.
The Gashley Crumb Tinies. And it's for Neville, who died of ennui.
So next time I'll bring my water bottle, because I completed the scavenger hunt. I got an N is for Neville sticker.
Oh.
That was actually, everybody who worked there was amazing. They were totally in character. Everything, it is one of the most, all-inclusive, fully themed, without being artificial settings I've ever been in. If you like Edward Gorey at all, highly recommend. It's not going to take a lot of time, an hour and a half to 2 hours max, even with the scavenger hunt. But if you're ever on the Cape, totally worth it. It is in Yarmouth Port.
I should say, he didn't do the Addams Family. That was Charles Addams. But, his style is very reminiscent of the Wright family.
Got it.
I misspoke.
And I'm trying to think. I feel like there was, I guess the Dracula was made, and apparently, most of the money that he ever made, he was an illustrator. Well, now I can tell you the entire history of Edward Gorey.
Yeah.
He was an illustrator for 50 years and always, loved doing it and always illustrated, even after he made millions off of Dracula, because, which is so unusual, but... he had been burned on something earlier, and so he negotiated. They really wanted him to do this. They thought he was exactly the right person to do the sets and costumes, and he kind of wasn't interested. And he's like, "Well, if you give me 5% of ticket sales, I'll do it." Brilliant. And it may have even been more than that. And they did, and it ran for a while. And there was a national tour, and
so he got good for him.
Yeah,
good negotiation illustrator.
Yes, absolutely.
He did the opening. His illustrations were the opening to Masterpiece Theater.
That's what it is. That's what most a lot of people would know him from with the painting.
The black and white,
painting.
everything
was in black and white.
those.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, and New York City Ballet a long time ago, like
Yeah.
the poster that they had of, the feet in all the different directions and everything, that was
him.
one of his. But so interesting. If you have any liking for that at all, really fun. Highly recommend.
Very cool.
He did the covers for The House with the Clock in Its Walls, children's books. They made it into a movie. Oh my god, this is gonna... Charles Bellairs. The Bellairs books. The Bellairs Mysteries. You're too young.
I don't know that.
And I'm too old. You're too young. You're too old. I worked at Penguin. They were Penguin books.
There
The
you
House with
go.
the Clock in Its Walls. It's a movie with Jack Black recently.
Cool. All right.
Yes.
So,
I was like, your sister will know.
yes, my sister, everyone will know. Exactly.
Do you have
I
any
did buy
more?
her a little gifty there that I have to send to
good.
her.
I was going to
'cause
say,
she
I'm
also...
pretty sure she worked on the Bellairs books. Because,
Oh,
yes,
she
was
might have.
Yes, she was a
Oh
deputy.
my god. Yeah.
I am pretty sure. I mean, comment below.
Yes, please comment below.
I was like, you did the Bellairs books, didn't you? I'm pretty sure you did.
And you know what? We got rid of a ton of books a few years ago, and I
Mhm.
think I may have gotten rid of all of mine. I hope I didn't, because we were trying to explain to Haley about it, and
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it was funny when we went in. They were asking, so who is here because they're a fan of Edward Gorey, and who's here because someone who is a fan of Edward Gorey dragged you. So I raised my hand for the first, and Gene raised his hand for the second.
Oh,
And,
cute.
I was surprised. Like, there were a fair number of questions I was able to answer when he'd ask certain things, but there were a ton of things I learned. So
Yeah.
even if you have been a fan,
I should
feel
take
like
the
most
boy.
people-
Well, I don't know if the boys will.
Ollie would probably.
Ollie will love it, and Max will be like, "Why am I here?" Max will be like, "This is a little creepy." And
Yeah,
be like, yes,
Ollie will have like a
it
role
is.
model for the future if you bring him.
I feel like he also illustrated a famous book that then the illustration. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. He
Yeah.
did a bunch of work in children's as well.
Mm-hmm. Even though
Even though most folks know him from like Masterpiece Theater or the Gashly Crime
yeah,
Company.
the Gashly Crime Chinese are so and I didn't bring my mug, but I got a case for Kate who was felled by an axe.
I love that one.
It's really very macabre, but very fun and
It's
weird.
very fun. Neville is my favorite.
Yes, and it's for Neville who died of ennui.
He died of ennui.
And
I
he
have
was
a-
the hardest one to find out of all of them.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. We wound up, we got about, so there, there's one child for every letter of the alphabet, and that was what the scavenger hunt was, to find all the kids or things that represented them around the first floor of the house.
What
And
town is it in?
Yarmouthport.
It's in Yarmouth, right?
So it's
Okay.
it's
You're
north.
Yarmouth.
It's like it's north of Dennis and everything.
Yes.
It's like on the Bayside. So and we tried to go to the vintage mini golf at the Wellfleet Drive-In,
Yeah.
and it was closed because they didn't have enough staff to open it.
Oh.
It was sad. We tried to do a mini golf
By the
every
way,
day. Which,
Kathleen's taking her pearl strings off of her sleeve.
Oh, yes,
and
I sure
sliding
am.
them onto her needle.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Obviously.
And actually, with these, the sleeve
Sleeveys.
ones, I cut them in half. I actually have them on both sweaters right
Oh,
now.
that's
wow.
smart.
Because they're still plenty long. They're
Yeah.
still plenty long. We tried to, one of our goals was mini golf every day. I was going to try to do real golf one day, but I just didn't feel that motivated to figure it all out.
Yeah.
And then,
Sometimes that's a lot of work.
and then another was lobster of some sort every day, either
Oh.
lobster bisque or lobster roll. And I had never been to Arnold's, like one of the famous, and I know you don't do seafood, but
I don't do seafood. I also don't do Arnold's anymore. But go ahead.
it was actually, except when they served my lobster roll, they forgot the butter. I'm like, this is not. The onion rings were to die for, and we met the guy who makes them when we were like, right as we were
Oh,
leaving.
yeah?
It was really
Do you
funny.
take 95 home?
We do 95 and then 15 eventually.
Because my favorite lobster place is just over the border in Connecticut, Nunk.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Abbott's has amazing lobsters. It's right
Just
on the-
between Rhode Island Connecticut border, or
Just, yes. Once
Uh-huh.
you're through Rhode Island, just
Uh-huh.
over Connecticut.
Okay.
It's like
Okay.
right on the, and it's like a 10-minute detour from the
oh great, I will do
95.
that
I'll
next
have to
time
tell
for
Dawn.
sure.
They have Abbott's is amazing, and then literally down the street if you've got people, because we'll probably do that on the way home on Saturday.
Uh-huh.
Because Abby is a lobster fiend. That's all she
Uh-huh.
wanted to do for her birthday was go have a lobster.
Girl after my own
I
heart.
love Abby.
Lobster.
She's a riot. She is.
So anyway, yes, you survived camp. have a lobster.
It's lobster, kid.
But like Eric doesn't like lobster. The boys aren't real thrilled about that. But
So delicious.
right, literally, next parking lot is Costello's, which is the clam shack. So it's all the fried things, and you can get chicken fingers and fries.
Right. All style chicken fingers and fries.
Yes,
That's what I
think
eat
they
all
have.
the
hot
We
dogs.
should. They may not have
Oh,
a
but they
website,
also
but if
have
we
the
can.
bellied fried clams
Oh,
there.
I can't do those anymore. I had that the last time I ate seafood. Really, I had full-bellied fried clams and got food poisoning.
I'm gonna have. It's such a dilemma. Do I have them fried or do I have the steamers?
Both. You could do both.
Plus a whole lobster.
The other place to go on the Cape that has a really good lobster roll is Friendly Fisherman. And the other place that has, I would say that their onion rings are competitive, if not better than Arnold's, is just on the road in Orleans, the Knack,
Okay.
which has, they have lobster rolls. I don't eat lobster, but Jonathan says Friendly Fisherman. So I'm that. But the Knack has like amazing hot dogs, ice cream.
We're gonna link all these
All
below.
below.
Yeah.
So for
All of them
anybody
below.
who's gonna be in the area and needs good lobster ideas, and I'll also link the one that I went to on the way to North Light Fibers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool.
It was like right by the ferry to. It was so good. So good.
Nice.
Yep. I
So.
also brought home live crabs.
Oh my
wow.
gosh. Oh my gosh. You're committed. I can't do that.
Well, I didn't cook them. Chad wanted them, and he cooked them. Except he didn't know they were alive when he put them in the pot. I was like,
Oopsie.
I had a little bit of a panic when his
Sorry,
crabs were
seafood.
bubbling.
And he's like, do you have any more whips?
I do not.
Okay.
I do not.
I'm going to do
I
my
didn't bring
whips
any
because
more.
I really only have one.
Yeah.
I have my Waitha, which I have divided for my front and back. And this is the back.
Yay.
So I am working 7 inches plain, and I used Kathleen's trick of I took some of my waist yarn that my underarms are on hold with, and I just ran it a little bit further into the body, so I have an easy
easier
point
to
to
measure.
measure from. And I am sitting there partially because I'm working this in the Airy Silk, which I know also, like you can see, it's also gonna, like, it's so drapey, it's fine. It's gonna grow a little bit lengthwise. And also I'm like, am I at 7 inches yet? Can I just keep holding it?
I know,
I'm
right?
like, it'll stretch. It's gonna stretch down anyway. I don't want it to be too loose. But I'm like, I think I actually might be at 7 inches.
Well, yeah, you might. Be.
I might be.
Yeah.
Which is good because I gotta stay ahead of the students.
But are you? So you are working on the back, though. You said, right?
I'm working on the back. I'm working 7 inches, and then I'm going to bind off for my center back stitches, and then work my short rows, which will be about 1.5 inches.
Okay.
So I will have a total yoke depth of 8.5 inches.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see all of this in the class thing where I'm like, draw your own schematic.
Yes.
Kids.
Yes.
It
Definitely.
just makes life so much easier when you don't have to sit there and figure out what size am I making. You have it all drawn on your own little picture, and you know that I need to go X amount, and it doesn't matter how many Amanda needs to go or how many Kathleen needs to go. It's I need to go this much, and I can just do that. So I have to measure that, and then I will get started on the front. And I'm going to modify mine from, it's like the Waitha has like a really pretty V-neck with like a little bit of a rounded edge. It's not like a sharp V.
Right.
I think I'm going to change mine to be more scoop neck because I realized I'm going to end up wearing this probably over dresses most likely. And some of
That
my
have
dresses,
that type of neck.
yeah, they have that type of neck, and so a V-neck, I don't always love, like,
Yeah, having
this
something
is a
peek
V-neck,
out.
right? So, like, if I wore this over a dress, like, some of my dresses come down lower, and some of them come up higher, and I want that flexibility. So, I gotta do some measuring of stuff and math stuff, which is ironic, because I hate math.
Well,
But
yeah.
I
You
like
have to have brain
practical
space.
applications of math.
Yeah.
And then I think
You're a product mather.
I'm a product mather.
Totally.
Yeah, I am a product mather. I'm like, if it gets me where I need to go, I can suck it up and deal with it.
Yes.
Yep.
But otherwise, oh my God, no. Like figuring out a tip, nuh-uh. That's why I have other people at the table.
Yeah.
They figure out the tip and tell
Why
me.
we eat with friends.
Or that's why I have a phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, that's why we eat with friends. Or the receipts that tell you how much to tip at the bottom. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Seriously.
Yeah. So that's my whip.
Are you being monogamous?
Because I got to focus on it because I have a deadline.
How many more? Do we have 2 more classes?
No, we have one more class.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why, because I'm like, oh my God, one more class. And I need to show people how to join shoulders, which means I need to finish.
You need to have shoulders to join.
Which means I need to finish at least one side.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so I'm like, must progress. It's the same like my,
Yeah.
hyper focus comes
good.
to an advantage.
No, it's good. I have Rhinebeck deadlines, so
Yeah.
that's motivating me.
You're good with long-term deadlines. I'm better with short-term.
I am good. With
I am
long
better
term.
with short term as well.
Yeah.
I'm good with it.
And I'm like, oh, now I have 5 days. Crap.
I'm good with plans.
You're like, I have 5 months.
Let me
Not
plan
well.
out every day for the next 5 months.
I have 5 months. Let me make 2 hats that
Yeah.
weren't even on the docket.
Right. Let me see what this new yarn is that I want to play with.
Oh yeah, I got some of that at home too.
Ah!
I almost brought that with me.
Same.
Actually, the thing I made, I
Same.
at least I found a pattern for the hat.
Oh, see, that's good. All right, so what are your
Another
whips?
Okay. Well, let's see. I'll save this one for last, so then it'll go into our speaking of Northlight phase.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay. Well, first I'll give you a brief update because this you'll be getting updates on for the next 2 months, but they will change. I've kept up. Speaking of long-term
Yay.
plans, I've been doing my row a day.
Nice, very
Oh,
nice.
you
On my
Progress.
artist baby. Yeah, see now
So pretty.
for me when I do a row a day it doesn't seem like it changes a lot, but for you guys who
We
see it
haven't
once
seen it
every
in a
2
while.
weeks.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
look at this. Now I no longer have a flower. It is round.
Yes.
It's round.
Yeah, so you can
Is
see.
it going to stay round or does it get squared off at some
No,
point?
it gets squared off.
Mhm.
Probably next podcast. We'll have
Oh.
little baby corners.
Then you'll have a square.
Yeah. So see, this is Ardith by Hooked on Sunshine. And it starts off with this floral motif in the center, and then becomes a circle. So it's like a medallion in the center of the blanket. And then we're going to create corners sometime later this week.
That's very exciting.
And
You're
then the
almost
corner
at the
shop.
corner.
We are, yeah. I was surprised and somewhat annoyed how short the round part was, because while it's round, I don't have to count as much.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Although the last row I had to, because it was an increase row, so you have to do like 18 and then increase on the 19th, 18 and increase on the
Oh, that's a lot.
which is
yeah.
a hassle. Yeah, that's okay. Charlie was playing Skylanders. I was just sitting there and I was like, "Don't talk to mommy.
Yeah, mine is counting.
Mommy's counting."
Busy counting.
Yeah.
That's
So
why I
that
just
one-
count louder at them,
Yeah, for sure.
and they know.
So that one is coming with me to New Hampshire and back
Okay.
because row a day. I'm sticking with a row a day. It seems to be working for me. I don't get
Good.
overwhelmed, but it's something I can accomplish.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can budget my time in that. So that's good. The other thing I worked on this week, I was sitting next to Jen when I was working on it, and I have plans now.
Oh, yay!
Oh my god.
7 inches.
Exactly.
I am at exactly 7 inches. Sorry,
I
interrupting
must have
this.
tall shoulders. I want mine to be
Dang.
like 9.5. Maybe.
I wanted my underarm up. I don't want it to be too low.
Uh-huh.
And
That's
I'm
definitely what happened with
I have
this.
like my torso is short through here. It's longer through here, and I have short little legs.
I think I have. I don't know. Does it look like I have a relatively deep arm size? I feel
Yeah,
like I do.
I think you
yeah.
do.
Because when I was measuring, I'm like, oh, I need to.
Yeah.
Not make it that short.
Sorry, we interrupted Amanda with
That's
my. I am dead on 7 inches.
No worries. Yay. So I pulled out I took this to Knitting Circle. I was determined to start the color work on the bottom.
Oh, yay.
row,
Uh-huh.
So
right?
pretty.
So this is Autumn Court by Dragon Horde Yarns. Dragon Horde Knits. Anyway, this is one of her designs. It's lovely. Here, I'll show it up close. So what I
It's
did,
so pretty.
it's a design for 4 colors, but my had 5 colors, so I have to modify every chart to incorporate 5 colors and make sure they're balanced and blah blah blah.
Wow.
But your
So-
color combo is so pretty.
I know
so
that's
fun.
why I couldn't exclude a color. They
Yeah.
all had to be included.
No, don't have to do it.
So anyway, my goal at Knitting Circle was to swatch for the colorwork on the bottom and figure out what my color placement was. And I did the trick that you suggested, and I forgot to take a picture before I pulled the whole thing out.
Oh.
But I took a picture of like just a little bit towards the end, so you can see sort of what it looked like. But I swatched on the needles. I just went back. Well, not actually back and forth, because this is knitting around, so I went back, loop back, you know, like that, to make a little finger swatch.
Like a little finger that sticks out from your work.
Yeah. And it was just to see, like, okay, how am I going to place my yarns on, you know, my colors on this part of the color work.
Yeah.
And I figured it out, and now I'm in the color work. So I'm on row 3. There are many rows that have 3 colors of color work, especially after I rearrange the colors.
Yeah.
Right? So I sort of did this to myself. But it's only 20 rows. Well, it's a 23 row pattern, like section. Only the last 3 only have 2 colors, so those are easy.
Okay.
Right? So it's really, I'm on row 3, I need to get row 20. But this is really one where I'm like managing 3 balls of yarn, so I almost have to sit at a table and like unravel them every
And
once in
have
a while.
like one be like here, and one is here, and one is here, and then occasionally.
Yeah. Although, do you know, I was talking on Wednesday to Knit Night about Ladderback Jacquard.
I totally want to learn how to do that.
Oh my goodness. Hi, Catherine. So, shared a YouTube. It would be such a great application for this. It would be so good.
I did watch a video on that once that it would have been the perfect thing for, and then I wound up doing something else.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to add it in now. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to edit it now. But this would be a great application. And if not, I think that would be a really fun workshop this fall, is to do a Ladderback Jacquard. So, like, I'll share the YouTube below. But basically, you're creating a second, instead of catching your floats, because I'm using very light colored yarn, right, with a very dark background. If I catch white floats like you normally would do, it pops through.
Yeah, you'll see them.
You absolutely see them. So what I'm doing is the technique that I did on my green and brown colorwork vest. A similar problem. Brown pokes through the mint green. And it's more of a Estonian, right? You always take the bottom, the yarn you're picking up always comes from underneath, so your floats actually wrap around each other in the back. So that's what I've been doing, and it seems to manage, I mean...
Looks good.
Yeah, it manages that quite well. There's not...
So instead of your long float being caught into the main fabric, it's kind of caught into one of the shorter floats.
Yes, it's caught in the shorter floats.
Right.
Yeah,
but a
so you can
Ladderback
see
Jacquard,
how this pink is caught in the shorter floats, so you don't actually have long floats.
so you don't have like a really long one to catch your pinky or your thumb or something.
But Ladderback Jacquard is essentially double knitting, where you put that back strand right on your needle, and you knit it as you go, but you're creating a second layer of fabric. And it's not every stitch. It's like every 5 or 6 stitches you put basically a catch your float stitch.
Yeah.
In the back, I think it would be really nice. But
really cool.
I feel like I'm not. I want to get these 20 rows done without pausing to learn a new technique.
Yeah.
But it's one that I definitely want to learn.
And that's also maybe something where it's like that would be a good thing to learn on like
on a hat,
mitts or a hat or something smaller where you're like, all right, I feel like that's always fun to like experiment with a new technique on something small before you dive in big. And I say that having often.
Oh yeah, trust me, I've been on the fence about just doing it on this, but
just diving in. Sometimes you just dive in.
Yeah, but I think I'm just going to finish these out as I have them, but then I definitely want to learn that technique. So
I think that'd be fun.
Maybe we'll all learn together.
Yeah,
we'll have a little
learning together.
Yeah, no, it would be.
You could have another workshop that's not a workshop.
That's right.
Workshop / class.
Class is right. Class.
We'll just multi-session workshops with Amanda.
I don't even know if it needs to be multiple. Well, we'll see.
It might be. I mean, I feel like this is the kind of thing where maybe it's hard. I feel like you can go either way, right? Like you learn it and you practice it together, or you learn it and then you practice it on your own.
Right. We'll see.
We'll figure it out.
Anyway. All
What
right.
else you got?
Now, those are the so my plans, because I have to finish this sweater before Rhinebeck. My plans are to finish. Then there's more color work. There's 23 rows of color work here at the bottom, and then you finish it in the body color, and then sleeves, and there's color work like 25 rows of color work on the bottom of each sleeve.
Same pattern or different pattern on the sleeve?
Similar pattern, not
Okay.
identical.
Like modified pattern.
Yeah. So, my plan now is that I'm going to finish these 20 rows sometime in the next month. I have 4 weeks to finish 20 rows. Sure. And then this is going to be my France trip project. So I'll take
Nice.
only one color of yarn, that lush, the green, and finish the body, do the ribbing, bind off, do both sleeves up to the color work, come home with finished sleeves ready for
color work.
this.
and ribbon.
This much color work is super fast.
Well,
right?
especially on the sleeve, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Like your two
it's-
sleeves worth of color work put together aren't going to be nearly
It'll
as
be
much as
equal.
the whole body.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's still going to be 3 weeks before Rhinebeck. So plenty
You'll
of
have
time.
plenty of time.
Right? Like, so I was a little panicky that a fingering weight sweater, blah, 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 and still in the body. But that's my plan. It's going to be 10 days in France. I can definitely, and two international trips. It'll be okay.
You'll be good.
Lots of waiting time. I can do that. Let's see. So, meanwhile, I distract myself with other things and not
Don't we
fingering
all?
weight.
We do.
So-
We do. Oh, that's right.
But not fingering goes so quick.
Yes, it does.
Oh
Here.
my gosh, how pretty. is
So
that?
cute.
Right? So I have, this is the La Bien-Aimée Cory Confetti. Which- When Amy came to visit us last February, she brought some Cory confetti with her, and this is the gray bow from that shipment. Yay!
Yeah.
So I got 3 skeins. I didn't know what I was going to do with it, which usually I don't get yarn. I consider the store my stash, right? Like I don't buy it until I'm going
I've
to
gotten
wind it and
much
use
better
it.
about that.
I'm
Well, my
bad.
stash was exploding. It was a problem. So, but I knew this was going to be one that, like, we don't order that with our normal La Bien-Aimée shipments. And I really wanted it. So, I'm going to try to, as I chit-chat about this, put it
Oh, sorry.
over on one needle so I can not be in the armhole and hold it up.
And you know, while you do that, I will say we've had like 3 or 4 people in the last week order single skeins of this. So I don't know if
What
there's
are
something
people making?
What are you making, guys?
What are you
if
making
watch.
with a single skein of gray bow? Tell us. 'Cause
Yes,
I
and it has
kind
been gray bow.
How much gray bow is left?
Not a lot of any of the
Ooh.
Cory worsted, and
Or
because
Cory confetti?
of
Cory confetti. Sorry, yeah, a lot of Cory worsted. But yeah, when we have an order that will be coming in September,
It's going to be a fun order.
and yes, it's definitely going to be a fun order. Because France closes down for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
We had to submit it a while back, and they won't die until they get back. And at that point, and also, they really, they're just. We used to be able to order like, oh, can we get an extra 100 skeins? We ordered in 500s. Can we get an extra 100? Yeah, sure, we can fit that in. We were limited to exactly 500 skeins,
Yeah.
and we knew
Their
when we
shop
started
is
the
so
order.
successful.
150 to start with. We only had 150 left, so we didn't have any slots for Cory confetti in this last order.
Yeah.
So what we have for now is kind of it.
That's it.
Is what we have. But we'll end up getting
We'll get more late in the fall, but if
But
you
not
want
in
some,
September.
if you want some soon,
Get it now.
Get it now while we do still have it.
Yeah, well, this luscious thing. So,
It's
Yes.
so cute. I love it.
I saw, this is the Ribblesdale vest by Lily Kate France. And I, literally cast it on maybe a week ago.
Wow.
And I love it so much. It's so fun. I went to the city and I took this. I don't remember which trip it was. Maybe when we went for the Guinness event.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so this is the Ribblesdale vest. It's bottom up. It starts with plain 1x1 ribs, and then it goes into a brioche, single color flat brioche, which means you don't purl.
Yay! Yay! No purling.
No purling. And continues for quite a while. Like that's the whole body. So
Oh, so cute.
this is
That's
actually
really
going to be up here.
Mm-hmm.
But I finished the whole body.
That's great.
I love it.
That's going to be the Ribblesdale vest. This is very bad modeling. And I've separated for sleeves.
Yay!
And I've already done like the beginning of the decreases here.
Does it have sleeves or is it sleeveless?
It's sleeveless.
So, but you're I mean, you're
arm-
separate for
armholes,
yours.
yeah.
I
Mhm.
separated armholes. This is going to go so fast.
You're gonna
So-
be done in a heartbeat.
I suspect I'll be done with quite a bit of it on the drive today because I can't stop, won't stop.
And also, like, you're working on. You went from going all the way around to
Oh yeah,
a quarter of it, and you're decreasing.
I did 6 rows
Oof.
in like
I love it.
no time last night.
It's so cute in the gray bow.
Right?
Mhm,
I
really do
That's
like
going to
it,
be
yeah.
so wearable.
Mhm.
Yeah. A whole sweater
With
of gray
everything.
bow isn't really me. I feel like a vest.
A
is
vest of gray bow
totally
is
me.
totally you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's totally you. I love it.
So I'm super excited.
Cute.
This is going to be done. This is going to be a Rhinebeck wear.
I was gonna say that's a good Rhinebeck option too because
Yep.
that works with multiple weather situations.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. This vest actually, so this is quite, I mean, it's going to be bold because it has all the pops in it.
Yeah.
I think this would be lovely in the Cory worsted. I might make another one in like Winterfell or something
Oh,
like
so
it's
pretty.
such a sophisticated vest.
It's
So
lovely.
anyway,
what's the name of the
minimal
pattern again?
purling.
Ribblesdale by Lily Kate France.
I like the Lily Kate France designs.
Yeah.
She's got a good aesthetic.
Negative ease. So,
It's also brioche,
and Bria,
so that sucker stretches.
yes. So that has been my little diversion project from all my Eternal sweaters
Nice.
and my Eternal blanket. I have a very fast, a very fast little vest that's going to be done in like a week and a half.
Yay!
Yay!
And what's this?
This is more Chad sweater. Now I'm on the sleeve. This is
You made such good progress.
Mhm, definitely.
so I actually need him to try this on. I did have him try it on after I did put in the very first decrease just to see how it was around his arm circumference, and it had plenty of room. So I continued with decreases every inch-ish, whatever. My Kathleen's markers are exactly an inch apart. Mine are looks like an inch. Throw one in.
Ish.
And then when I get to the other sweater, this is my.
It's your
My
thing to
hat.
measure against, yeah.
I just go like this, and then I throw in a marker wherever the other ones were.
Mhm.
And I don't measure anything ever. They just match up when you hold them together.
Right.
Well, with mine too, I knew I wanted X number of inches, and I was getting 6 rows to the inch, so
Yeah.
that's why.
So then you're like,
I just
"Alright, 6."
and so some of them may not be quite, but yeah, every 6 rows. I
Mine
throw
are
a marker.
not consistent road distance.
They're
just,
siblings, not twins.
well, the sleeves are going to be twins, but the
spaces
increases
between,
are
yeah.
not.
The increases are siblings.
Are yes, loosely related.
Cousins.
What, yeah.
There you go.
That's really pretty. And what
So.
yarn is that one in?
This one is in Northlight. It's either Atlantic or
I think it's Atlantic.
it's right here.
It's right here.
Yes.
This is a good segue into
I thought I took all of this.
what
I know there were a
we've-
couple of skeins left.
There's just
yeah.
a few skeins left.
It's
of
such a
this.
great color.
So
Yeah.
this is kind of segueing into like our in-store little section, but Northlight Fibers is no longer going to be selling knitting yarn.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be
producing it.
or producing it. They're focusing on,
Home goods.
home goods, finished garments, finished.
I have
blankets.
2 of their blankets in my house, and they're my favorite.
Yeah. So they're
much.
gorgeous. But in the meantime, we
They're
still have some Northlight
Alpaca
Fibers.
wool, lightweight, but they feel so good, so good.
Yeah,
Every
as
time I
of-
went there, I bought a blanket.
As of yesterday morning, we had like 220 skeins, but I know we sold a lot based on our
Yeah.
newsletter.
Yeah.
So we still have stock of Northlights Atlantic, Ocean
Best stock of
Ave.
Atlantic. That's what we have
Oh
the
my
most
gosh, I love. This is the same mint color, but a different yarn that Amanda did her sweater in, and we
Is
still
this
have
the
a
pea?
tiny little bit of Water Street DK left, but
Butterfly pea.
that might not
I love
happen
this
by the
color.
time this
Yeah, that
comes
may be
out.
gone by the time. And we have a decent amount of Spring Street,
And a decent amount of Spring Street.
which is
so we
the
have
fingering.
a little bit of DK, and worsted. And it is on.
This was
sale.
another contender for
So
Kat's
this-
sweater.
Oh, that's a pretty
Mhm.
color. So this,
Keep it this spring.
so the Northlight, all of the Northlight fibers that we have is 30% off.
Yep.
While stock lasts, because this is what we got. So when it's gone, it is gone.
Absolutely.
But this
Oh,
is
by the way-
delightful.
Yeah. If
yarn.
you like,
love it.
if
That's
you like my
pretty.
Marius,
Yeah.
That
Those.
right there.
yes,
Right there.
Marius.
Beautiful colors, beautiful hands, delightful to work with.
One more Kathleen Orange.
I know. I did make a honey cowl out of that.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
It is right
Here.
It's over there.
there. So if,
And actually, the shawl I made out of the Spring Street is in the top cubby
Yep.
too.
I
Oh,
know.
yeah.
That I did love that. That was so pretty.
Love the 2-color honey cowl. Oh, it's so nice. We've had this since the beginning of the store, no?
Yes. Yeah.
That was
Oh,
one of your first
just-
samples.
It was.
Hangs
Wow,
out
sorry.
beautifully.
I'm
This
getting
is
squished in my side over
so
So
pretty.
This is the Beltane shawl, I remember.
Oh,
And
Beltane
it
is
is
such a pretty
by Carol Feller.
Oh, nice.
This was
This
fun.
is one
This was two
2 skeins.
skeins
of the
Spring
fingering.
Street.
Oh, and
Yeah.
it's
2 skein
so nice. It's
Right?
squashy.
It's like
And this is
literally-
sandstone, which I think we still have a little bit
I
of.
think we have a little bit of.
Yeah, we do. Here.
Mhm.
It's literally some of the best yarn I've ever worked with.
It really is.
I still have a sweater's quantity of the DK, Water Street DK, left in my stash. Love it forever. This is actually the color that my
Mhm.
Marius is made out of.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I love it. We have the most of this green left.
I
which
love
is-
that green.
It's not. It looks green. There is green, but then there's also like blues in there.
It's such a pretty.
Their heathers are
tweedy,
just
Yeah.
gorgeous.
heathery.
Yeah.
So all of their wool is dyed in the wool. That means the color's super consistent. But on the DK, each of these colors is blends of others. So
Mhm.
that's why they like look so good together, because
Yeah.
there's a little of this dark
They
blue.
each
and
have-
here, there's
Many colors in them.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's gorgeous. So this is kind of our last
Our
shot,
swan song
our
with
swan
Northlight.
song with Northlight, which we
Oh.
wish Sven and Laura all the best. They're going to be
I'll put a little
Amazing
I have
and
video from when we
lovely.
went to visit. I'll put it at the end of this one.
Yeah.
We never
So
got the interview done, but I'll put a little video of my kids playing with their chickens.
I love it.
And Laura showing us their equipment, which
Beautiful.
has now left the island.
Yeah.
So
This is the
the
fingering.
we are going to our giveaway this week is going to be 1 skein of Northlights
Of your choice.
of
any
your
the
choice,
bases.
whatever's left.
Mhm. And so if you want to
Um,
make something else, you can order more.
You can order more. You could do
Or something else. If you want to do a 2 skein shawl, get one skein of Spring Street on us and buy one, and the
And-
shipping's on us.
yeah,
Whatever.
exactly. And the shipping's on us. So the question, well, first let's do what was our giveaway last week?
Oh, that is a really good question.
I don't
totally
remember.
forgot. No, I mean I forgot we needed to do it.
Oh yeah.
So our question was, and I love the answers to this. Do you have a uniform? And if so, what is it? And the prize was a ball of LRA Denim DK,
Ta-da!
which we talked about. And so our winner was Helen Ann Lansdowne, 26, who said her summer uniform is a self-made linen sleeveless dress,
Oh.
similar to Jen, adding light
Same.
sweaters like ranunculus. Oh yes.
Yeah.
In spring and fall. Winter is long here in Minnesota, so jeans, turtlenecks, and hand knit sweaters. That sounds like me.
Sounds amazing.
Of course. Love your podcast. Been watching for years. Oh, thank you so much, Helen Ann. So
Thanks,
reach
Helen Ann.
out to us and let us know which skein of Northlight you would like, and if you want
Which
anything
skein
more.
of El Rey?
Excuse me.
We mushed it up. Which skein of El Rey Denim DK you would
Yes, and,
Just like
and
Catherine's sweater.
similarly,
like? Yes.
if you
Similarly.
want to make a sweater or something,
Yeah.
I can help you put together a combo or whatever. We do have, as of yesterday, we had like 70 balls of that left, maybe.
Nice.
So enough,
Nice.
enough,
You got
and
it.
some really, actually, if I were a person that wore more blue, these two colors
Oh.
with any of the blues would look so good.
So pretty.
So good.
That'd be so pretty. So what should our question be for
Yes,
this
we
week's
don't really
giveaway?
we don't have a question yet for this week's giveaway.
What did we talk about? We talked about a lot of things. Here, you can see the process in action.
Yeah.
The process in action.
I might
guess-
put something.
What have you had like a vacation discovery? Like I was talking about that
Yes.
museum. Like
Yes.
whether this year or another year,
This year or
what
another
was
year.
something that you did on a vacation, or that you've just found recently,
Yes.
even in your own town or
It
something.
could be a staycation. It could be a travel away.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what is
Yeah.
a great vacation discovery?
That
That's perfect.
that you'd like to share with others, because
Yes.
we have people all over the place watching. So
Yeah.
So now,
Yeah.
when you like and subscribe down below, also save this one. You can save a video like
Yes.
in your library for YouTube, because I suspect we're going to have some great travel ideas in
Absolutely.
the comments. I'm going to save this one in my library.
Right, so I can
Right.
go back and be like, what was that place that so-and-so suggested going in, like, Toronto or whatever?
I know.
Mhm.
Like, I want to know, because I love that kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So comment below and tell us what your best or most favorite vacation, staycation discovery was, and then you could win a skein of your choice of Northlight, any of the bases from what we have left.
Yes.
That's a good one.
That's it.
I
Oh,
like
and
that one.
Oh, I love it.
and Haley sends her apologies. She was apartment hunting in Massachusetts the last few days. They got back pretty late, and
She's sleeping.
she needed to sleep. Yeah, the first apartment that they saw was at 8 a.m. yesterday, which is
Oh
a
my
couple of
gosh.
hours before she normally even wakes up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and if you have any tips for apartment hunting,
For
in Western
apartment
Mass,
hunting for
Amherst,
Haley.
Holyoke area, let us know.
Yes.
Haley would appreciate.
In the
No,
meantime,
well, school starts in 3 weeks, so
school starts.
it's like
So, like,
she does need a place to live.
hopefully she won't need it by the time you see this.
That's right.
Right?
I love how she is so chill about it, though. Like I'm
Yeah,
more.
it'll work out.
Some things work out.
Yep.
Sometimes.
Between her and Will, yeah.
So one
They're
way or
both
another.
things work for those kids.
They do.
Love it.
They do. Not good.
Not gonna win.
Very good.
So.
Thank you guys for joining us this week.
Yeah,
and
thanks so much.
we will see you next time. Make sure to like and subscribe down below, and you can save the videos if you want.
Yeah.
As per Amanda. And follow us online. We're at Shop Yarnia basically everywhere. Shop Yarnia on Facebook, Instagram. Are we Shop Yarnia on TikTok? Haley's been doing TikToks.
Oh, we
What?
Yes.
yeah, yep.
I did
We are
not.
Yarnia127 on TikTok.
Yarnia127.
And we're
Okay.
gonna see.
I'll
We're
link that
gonna
below
see
as
if we can. See if we can change that. But
Cool.
I'm not sure why she had to do that. But anyway,
Because it's TikTok and who knows.
yeah.
Right? But you can follow us on TikTok and see the cute videos. I think
And
they're
also,
super fun.
if you haven't already, sign up for the newsletter, because
Yes.
those who got the newsletter were the ones to first buy out about 20% of our remaining stock of Northlight.
Yeah,
yesterday.
They're
true.
the ones who heard
So-
about Northlight first.
Yes. So.
So,
Yep.
you can go sign up on our website, shopyarnia.com.
At the bottom
Scroll
of
down
any
to the bottom
page.
of any page, and
Yep.
you can also check out classes. We're putting up more classes for fall, and there's
Yep.
more coming.
And
Shut up.
online classes as well as in store.
Yeah,
So,
both. So you can
yeah.
do them from afar.
Yep.
In the meantime, thanks for watching, guys, and
Thanks
we'll see you next time.
everybody. Take care.
Bye.